For generations, the Red Yao women of China have captured the attention of people around the world because of their incredibly long, thick, and beautiful hair. Many of these women are known for growing their hair to extraordinary lengths using just simple natural ingredients. And their hair is not just admired for its impressive length, but also for its rich, dark appearance and the way their traditional hair care practices have been passed down from one generation to another. And in today's video, we are going to be making one of their most powerful hair growth spray using just two simple natural ingredients. This recipe is great for anyone who is struggling with slow hair growth, weak strands that keeps breaking off, excessive hair shedding, dry hair, or maybe your hair have just simply refused to grow. Then this recipe is definitely worth trying. And before you doubt the potency of this ancient hair growth remedy, please feel free to conduct your own research. I've been using this remedy and all I can tell you is go right in and prepare this without wasting any more time. And I know you have heard a lot about rice water and you might as well have seen a couple of videos about rice water, but I tell you this method we are using today is not just an ancient method but the most effective way to prepare this recipe. And I know this because I've tried different methods, but this particular one worked tremendously for my hair. So pay close attention to this method and this recipe because this is about to transform your hair. And one of my favorite parts about this recipe is that you get to start seeing clear visible results within the first 2 weeks of using this remedy. Now to prepare this, you're going to start with your clean rice. You can use this regular plain rice, yes, the one you have that you eat at home. And you're also going to need a heat resistant bowl or a glass jar. The important thing is to use a clean container that can safely handle hot water. So you can either use a glass jar or you use this type of heat resistant bowl that can handle hot water. When you get your rice, you're going to blend it roughly. Yes, do not blend it into a smooth powder, else it might be so difficult for you to strain. So you're going to go ahead and crush your rice into a rough or smaller particles. The reason why it's very important for you to crush your rice into smaller particles is because it's going to create more surface areas and allow the rice to release more of its nutrients. And after crushing it, you're going to go ahead and pour it into your glass jar or maybe your heat resistant bowl. And the next thing we are going to be adding into this is rosemary. Yes, rosemary. You can use either the dry one or the fresh one, but for this video I'm using the dry rosemary. Rosemary has become incredibly popular among people looking for longer, thicker and healthier hair. A herb that's taken over hair care routines, DIY recipes, hair oil, scalp treatment and growth spray just like the one we are making. And with so many people adding it to their routine to give their hair an extra growth boost due to how effective it has proven to be over the years. There is no doubt that rice water on its own is very effective, but this particular remedy is not complete without us adding rosemary. And that is because these two ingredients complement each other so well that they gives your hair that extra boost that it needs to grow. Rosemary has that ability to stimulate and improve your hair growth. It calls on your sleeping hair follicles and wakes them up to start functioning, because one of the reasons your hair isn't growing as much as you want might be because your hair follicles where your hair grows from are inactive. So when you combine rosemary with rice water, it does not just strengthen your hair and help you retain so much length, it also stimulates your follicles and help your hair grow faster. Now after adding your rosemary together with your blended rice, you're going to pour hot water over the mixture. There will be no need for you to boil this, just make sure the water is hot enough to be able to extract the nutrient from these ingredients. And once the hot water is added, I covered this tightly. Yes, covering the container is important because it keeps the mixture protected while the ingredients sit and infuse. So make sure whatever you're going to be using to infuse this has a very good lid. Then we are going to shake this thoroughly, and after that we'll let this sit for about 12 to 24 hours. And during this time, the rice and the rosemary will have enough time time to steep in the water. The beautiful thing about it is that the more it sits, the more concentrated and more effective it becomes. So I allowed this to sit for 24 hours. Like I said, you can allow it to sit between 12 hours to 24 hours. But if you truly want to go extra, you can allow it to sit for 48 hours at most. I love this recipe so much. Rice water is one of the most underrated hair growth recipe due to how simple it is, but little did most of us know that rice water did not just become the most popular DIY hair treatment overnight, but it's a story that goes far beyond a modern social media trends. The roots of rice water for hair are connected to generations of traditional beauty practices which make rice water very special. Rice water has been trusted by women for generations who used it to grow their hair longer, thicker, and very healthy. These women trusted rice water to grow their hair long before all these chemical hair growth products even existed. And that's why up to date, rice water is becoming popular day by day because of course a leopard can never change its spot, right? This has indeed become one of my favorite hair treatments, and I promise you after trying this it might also become your favorite. Just make sure to give it a try. So now that our treatment is ready, I will go ahead and show you the step-by-step you can use if you want to achieve a very good and fast result. So make sure to keep watching, and in case you've not yet given this video a thumbs up, please smash the like button down below and give this video a thumbs up. Now let me show you how to use this treatment effectively. The first thing you want to do is to shake this bottle very well before you use. Even though we've strained this mixture properly, some of the natural components can still settle at the bottom while this spray is sitting. So give it a very good shake to make sure everything is properly mixed before you start applying it. Now you don't want to randomly spray this all over the top of your hair and expect it to do all the work. If your main goal is to focus on hair growth, then you need to make sure this treatment is actually reaching the area where your hair needs to grow from, and that is your scalp. So because my hair is on protective style and I can easily access my scalp, if your hair is out, you want to start by dividing your hair into smaller sections. This will create enough space for you to reach your scalp easily. And once you have your hair section, you have to bring the spray bottle closer to your scalp and spray the rice and rosemary treatment directly along the path. Do that one section after another. Once you are done with a particular section, repeat the same process until your entire scalp is covered. You want to apply this so your scalp can feel slightly damp, not as if you just poured an entire bucket of water over your head. After your scalp is covered, you can also go ahead and lightly mist this spray along the length of your hair, then gently walk through it with your fingertips to make sure the hair absorbs it properly. Then after that comes one of my favorite parts, which is the scalp massage. After applying the spray, you're going to use the parts of your fingertips and gently massage your scalp in a small circular motion. Don't rush this process. You're going to give yourself a few minutes, about 3 to 5 minutes, to really massage this treatment into your scalp. After massaging, then you can follow up with a suitable leave-in conditioner or your hair moisturizer just to keep your strands feeling soft and also to seal in the moisture. Don't forget to also pay attention to the ends of your hair. In as much as you're focusing on your scalp where your hair grows from, you also need to pay attention to the ends of your hair, because most times the problem is not hair growth, the problem is length retention. So your hair keeps snapping off as fast as they are growing. So make sure your ends are moisturized at all time, as this is also going to reduce breakage and help you retain a lot of length. While using this treatment, the most important thing I want you to remember is consistency. Yes, don't use this treatment once, wake up the next morning and expect a waist length hair overnight. Healthy hair care is a routine, and it is the little things you do consistently that can make a noticeable difference in how you care for your scalp, how you handle your strands, and how well you protect your length. So choose a routine that works for you and stick with it. Don't use this today and tomorrow you are looking for another recipe to use. Be consistent with this treatment, and within 2 weeks you're going to start noticing seeing some changes. Avoid excessive pulling and keep your hair moisturized when it needs moisture, and also protect your ends from unnecessary dryness and breakage, because at the end of the day, growing long hair is not only about what you put on your scalp, it is also about how well you take care of the hair that grows afterwards. I recommend using this treatment at least 3 to 4 times in a week, and since this treatment is made with rice, rosemary and water, you want to keep it fresh, so store it in a clean bottle and keep it refrigerated. I also recommend making smaller batches that you can finish within a short period instead of preparing a huge amount and keeping it for weeks. Before each use, check the treatment. If it smells bad, please discard and make a fresh one. Be consistent with this and you're going to thank yourself you did. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.